Hi again, my name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing the second half of my What Solds for last weekend, which would have been July 8th through the 10th. I had sales, I believe, on 4 platforms, of course mostly on eBay, but I'm also going to be changing stuff up starting next week, Monday. Starting for next weekend's sales, we're going to start pulling our sales for the weekend and do like a combo video of the what solds, but also how I'm packing them, because I get lots of questions on how do I ship different things, and even just plush. I've done it for so long, sometimes I think, I don't even think about how I'm going to pack it, because it's just so, if it's made of this, it's going to be in this bag, and if it's got this in it, it's going to be in a box. But I want to start providing lots of different opportunities to show people who are just starting out how I pack my stuff. I may sometimes overdo it, but I always have the mind that I want my seller to receive the item exactly how they expect it to be. So if it requires a few more, pennies to ship it in a box, that's okay with me. And I buy lots of packing material for this very reason. So we're going to start that next weekend. We're actually going to pull today's sales and go ahead and film it tonight, but it won't be released until our normal time that I do my weekend sales for next week. And then I'm going to try to keep doing that. And then something else that I want to start doing is, if you're new to my channel, I just started a Facebook page. It's called the Rebel Reseller Hangout, and we've just got lots of excellent questions in there. But somebody had posted a question about Build-A-Bear, and because I like to go in and check and see what's selling and what's selling high, went in and I was shocked at some of the things that, in my brain, you could find these at yard sales and they're selling for over $100. So I'm going to start trying to do at least one a week where I'll pick a brand, and then I'll just go into the sold comps and start showing you different things that sell and, that are selling high, so that we all can just kind of familiarize ourselves with the brands. And, most of this will be stuffed animals because that's my thing. But I think it'll be a good learning experience for all of us, because I hadn't done that in a while. Not for Build-A-Bear. I mean, there's a Hello Kitty that I'm sure at some point in the last couple of years I've seen it. And would it have been worth that much then? I don't know. But now I'm really going to be on the lookout for it, because it sells for over like $150. It won't always be this way, because there's also a Build-A-Bear that I knew of because of Bolo Buddies, where it's a bear that has pumpkins on it. And at one point it was selling for over $200, and now it seems to be a little bit less than $100, but still I knew to look for that one. So I think that's going to be fun, something. And it's not going to be the vintage like I did before. It's going to be Kelly Toy and Dandy and Hug Fun and some of the just normal brands that I find and I sell a lot of. Not always big bolos, but, we all just take a few minutes and familiarize ourselves. I used to do this a lot. When I was a new reseller, I didn't have all these Facebook pages where you can go and ask for information and learn all kinds of stuff from them. I didn't even really know they existed. I only joined Facebook like in 2009 or something like that. But I used to go, I would put in a keyword like Build-A-Bear, and then go into the sold comps and then sort by highest, and just kind of familiarize myself with a lot of that. And I did that on all kinds of brands. That was how I learned to look for stuff. That's how I learned about Applause and some of the other brands that I hadn't heard of at that point. I didn't know. I knew Gund because it was stuff that was in the stores currently, but some of the older brands that you don't see a whole lot of, Animal Fair and rushed in all of them. I hadn't heard of them until I started doing my own research. So I think I'm going to try to pick at least one a week to put out, and we'll see. July 8th through the 10th, last weekend. Decent sales. This weekend's not been good at all, but that's okay. That'll be next week. First item is this Fitz and Floyd ghost with the jack-o'-lantern figure. Come to find out, when I was doing my research, this was actually supposed to be like a 2-piece thing. There's something else, like a black cat or something, that was supposed to be with it. But I know to always look up Fitz and Floyd. I'm pretty sure I paid $1 for this at my little favorite estate sale I like to go to. And listed it sold very quickly for best offer of $20. Halloween, Christmas. Definitely, I'm the type, don't hold it till you're getting close to those seasons. List it when you get it. Always, because they sell no matter what. Next item is a clothing item. I already sold 4 of this exact size shirt, the Dickies 3XL, to this buyer, and then I think he realized after the fact, like a week later, that I still had another one, so he sent me a best offer of $15, which sold. Definitely keep your eyes open. I bought this at a church sale, and I bought a bunch of new with tag clothes there. This I picked up at the Finders Keepers when we first started going there in the beginning. I think I'm going to try to go again this week, maybe. But we went on a Wednesday, which is Dollar Day, bought a ton of stuff. Picked up a couple of these NFL team apparel women's jerseys. Took me a while to list them. I think they got buried in a pile, but this was the second one that has sold. I ended up taking a best offer of $8.50. I paid $1. Now, this came from the Goodwill bins in Nashville on one of our last sourcing trips. I'm pretty sure I've had the complete series of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman. But I just decided to go ahead and list each of them individually. There are some comps for complete sets, but I like to give people who are trying to complete a collection, the chance to buy the one thing that they're missing. This was not one of the high dollar ones. I ended up sending out a best offer of $6.25, and they accepted it. The problem with like this particular plush is they had like a plastic coating that made the boots seem shiny, and you know, these are 20 some years old. It just kind of cracks and peels, and so not in the greatest condition. So I'm good with the $6.25 sale for something that I paid pennies for at the bins. Now these are Groovy Girls. Picked these up pretty sure at a yard sale. Probably paid $0.25 or 50 cents each. I like to pick up the boys. They tend to do better than sometimes the girls. I just decided, I think I picked these up at the same place, kept them together, and they sold for $13.45. These are Crocs, and I got all the words off of the tag. Sloan Diamante Bronze Sandals. I bought these for myself at a yard sale last year. I think it was still during the winter. I paid $10 for them. Tried them on, did not like them at all. Now, I love Crocs. Did not like these. These were hard. I didn't care for them. They're still attached with their tags. They're still stuck together. So I just decided to go ahead and list them and sold them for $26.95. This is a viewer sale, so thank you very much, Angelina. She purchased this Gund pushing clip-on plush little one with the clip, 4-inch, for $6.26. So thank you very much. This again had to have been from the bins, because I tend to pick up a lot of littles when I'm at the bins and then put them in small lots. This was something different. Made me kind of think of like Ryan's Room type stuff, but there were no writing on it to signify what series it went to. Just a cute little bendable wooden figure, 4 inches tall, sold for $7.25. This is a Russ, I ain't even gonna try, cat plush with sad eyes. It sold for $22.45. Russ is just one of those brands. A lot of times it's bread and butter for me. I pick most of them up when I find them, but every once in a while I get one that's, you know, $20, $30, sometimes more. Manhattan Toys, love that brand. Just always really cute, soft plush. This kind of has the Jellycat vibe, so of course I had to pick it up. Pretty sure it was at the bins. Sold for $11.66. This is a Gund Fluffy Blue Dog plush. There wasn't a whole lot of these listed, so I knew I had something a little bit special. It sold for $22.45. I'm thinking that might have came in one of the boxes from either Hydran or Darlene. Pretty sure, so thank you. That was a nice, something I had never had before, and I learned from it, so definitely keep an eye out for this. Another clothing sale, Faded Glory. Pair of jeans. We find a lot of just regular jeans in our area. You know, I don't see a whole lot of the high dollar ones that go for 30, 40, 50 plus dollars. But we pay $1 for most of them, and these sold for $15. So I'm good with that. This is a Dandy Lovey. Again, I used the keywords like knotted because all of the 4 corners are knotted. Sold for $11.66. These are Lee jeans. Cut it straight leg at the waist jeans. Sold for $13.21. Again, probably paid $1 for them. This is Adventure Planet, a Bengal Tiger plush, sold for $13.45. Now this is one of those things, it's been listed for a while. It's called a Hasbro Bubblins doll figure. You actually could remove the top and it was like a teeny tiny bubble container. I listed it high initially because there weren't a whole lot of comps to go on. But then I found some that were listed for about this price and had some solds that were probably even a little bit less than this. So I just decided to accept an offer of $18 for it. You know, make it gone, because again, I think I got this at the bins, so literally pennies because it's teeny. All right, this I picked up at my favorite estate sale. I paid $1 for it. I picked up a couple of trinket boxes there. I was watching the Nurse Flippers, so now I'm all about watching for trinket boxes. Not any that I have found have been really high dollar, but I paid $1 for this and it sold for a best offer of $15. So I'm good. This is Russ again. It's Teddy So Soft was the name of the bear. It was on the tag. Vintage. It sold for $17.95. This is Aurora. I tell you guys all the time, I pick up a lot of the 6-inch plush. This is one of the ones that was a little bit bigger, 12 inches long, and it sold for $9.86. This might be one of my high sells for the weekend. This is a bear plush by Plush Creations. It was from 1995. Very cute. Had the little Christmassy pajamas on, holding a rabbit with its bunny slippers. Sold for $35.95. Another pair of jeans. These are men's American Eagle slim jeans. We tend to do really well with some of the black or non-blue jeans. How's that? These sold for $24.91. Again, I don't do free shipping. A lot of my items that are under a pound are flat rate based on their weight. Anything over a pound is calculated shipping, and then a lot of my clothes that are over a pound, I charge $8.99 if they're going to fit in like a padded bubble mailer. Otherwise, if they won't fit in that, then I usually do calculated shipping on them also. So like big bulky coats and stuff. These are Fisher-Price Little People Vintage. The cowboy or sheriff and one of the women's that has the blonde hair. They are the plastic bodied ones. A lot of times I will put two of them together for $9.95, $10.95. This cowboy is a little bit harder to find. I ended up still accepting a best offer of $7 for them. But, you know, these are things that you can find at the bins and get them really cheaply. I picked up a bag, like a gallon Ziploc bag of just a whole bunch of this National Railway key rings, stickers, pins, just a whole bunch of it. I think I paid like $10 for it years ago. And every once in a while I sell something from it. I don't have all of it listed. I need to go find it because I'm probably at a point where I've sold enough of it that I need to go in and make sure I've not sold out of any of the sets that I made. This is a key ring. I had 6 of them. This one sold for best offer of $8. This buyer bought 2 of my items. She orders from me every once in a while. She tends to send lower than I like offers. It happens, and a lot of times I will go in, recheck the comps, and sometimes I just let it go, right? This was $15 for 2 vintage plush. One was by NTY International. The other one was Fairview. I probably have pennies in them from the bins, so $15. I'll take it. These, I've had so many offers. I also had this on Posh. I think maybe even on Mercari. Just had a whole lot of offers. But none of them that I was willing to accept. I kind of waited, and finally I knew it would sell easily for me. I had to find the right buyer. These were Sanrio Friends twin sheet set, has flat fitted and a pillowcase, from 2010, and it ended up selling for my sale price of $53.95. This is Hasbro Jurassic Park Pteranodon keychain. I paid $1 for it at a yard sale, and it sold for a $29 offer. These I picked up, I want to say there were 6 Bradley dolls. Now these all have this unique face, but they're called Bradley dolls. I paid $10 for the 6 of them. Maybe 8, but I think 6. This one sold for $13.45. This is the last of the eBay sales. This was from, I bought a bunch of Snoopy outfits for either Snoopy or Belle at an estate sale. I want to say I paid $5 for a small tote. Probably had a dozen outfits in it. Sold several of them already. And then this one that was the Square Dance set sold for $17.95. All right, I have a Facebook, Etsy, and Mercari sale. All right, Facebook. My sales have just diminished. I think I've got about 2,300 items listed on there. I don't think I'm going to continue adding to it, but if you do have stuff there, make sure you're still at least keeping up with the renewals and their delete and relist options. It just seems when I do that on a regular basis, I'm at least getting 1 or 2. I think this weekend I've actually made 3 sales on there. So this was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Leonardo figure, and it sold for $7. And then Etsy, still making a few sales now and again. This is a vintage Dakin Pillow Pets box plush from 1976. It sold on Etsy for $42.70. And then Mercari. This was from the Finders Keepers backpacks that we bought. We bought a bunch of backpacks and puzzles. That first weekend that they opened, that we could actually get stuff for $1. After that, every time we've gone, it's just not been that great. But I'm going to try it again, maybe this Wednesday, to go see what it's looking like. Especially now that school's about to start. I just want to see if maybe they got some more backpacks and stuff in. But this is a JoJo Siwa backpack. I sold it on Mercari for $10, and I think I sold one recently on Poshmark. I may have shared that already with you guys. But the backpacks are finally moving again. You know, it's that time of year. All right. I'm going to try to get a haul video done today, and I'm also going to start my first video where we do the solds and shipping together, so I can, you know, hopefully help those people who struggle with figuring out how it's the best to ship on eBay. Because to me, I think eBay is one of the hardest platforms to figure out, because the shipping isn't pre-set up for you like on Posh or any of that. As long as you have the correct weights, you're good for Mercari. But Posh, it's just like as long as it's 5 pounds or less, right? So once you can get eBay's shipping figured out, it makes it a whole lot easier on all of the platforms. So, all right, I think that's it. Let's all get to work. It's going to be a busy week for us here. School's about to start in our area, so I got to get a whole lot of work out of Robert before, you know, wait right there, yeah. Whole lot of work out of Robert before school starts up, because then his schedule gets a little bit more difficult, you know, school and homeschooling and then martial arts and all of that. So it's almost that time though. All right, bye.